Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm Grandma Mimsy, and I was working on a new video. I wanted to do the prep work for the art on the nails, on the tips, and I was having these moments. And yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to sit and play with my nails because of life happened, and there were things I needed to take care of, important stuff that had deadlines that were important enough that they would affect my life in a very profound way. So, and I'm not trying to be cryptic. It's just one of these things that everybody has to take care of their life in their way for their circumstances and situations, and it was just one of those things. So going forward, yeah, I had to take a break from actually doing my nails and doing videos or anything related to that. And along the process of this, there was also some organization that I desperately needed to get finished. And this afforded me that opportunity to be able to take care of those things. But that being said, since I took that break and I'm coming back to this now, it's kind of like a new thing. You got to get back in the groove. That when you pause on something or something is new, you got to learn these muscle memory skills that your body and coordination and your brain and everything going together. It's kind of like driving a stick shift. If you never learned how to drive that type of vehicle, it's a matter of washing dishes. I mean, for me, I don't use gloves on a lot of things. I mean, if I'm cleaning like the dirty, icky stuff, then sure. But for dishes and nails and things that there's a dexterity and a feel and a texture, like with cooking, you want in how food feels or tastes. It's a matter of you need that connection to it. So it's, for me, nails are kind of the same way. And I'm sitting here going, why can't I get these things to work? I've been doing this so long that this stuff is like riding a bike. I normally can just go in and bing, bang, boom, and off you go, and there you are. And I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, because I took a break. Even people who are tech experts, especially the ladies at Maniology, they have boo-boos. They have days where things just, your body and things are not in sync, and that's okay. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep. Maybe you didn't eat, good yesterday, and your body's feeling a little ick. You didn't drink enough water, and you're dehydrated. And if you're not sleeping or not eating right and dehydrated, your brain doesn't, you get that kind of fog thing. If you're on a new medication or new glasses or contacts where those things have changed, all these things affect your body. As well as your mood, including your circumstances at your job, if you have that one, if you work unpaid at home, which is a very important situation for people to be able to do and does not get a lot of respect. Just because you're not earning a paycheck, you are taking care of your family, and it is work, and it does require brain power. And if you have a spouse and other things going on, that requires brain power and communication. And so there's all these things that can pull you away out of your best place. And don't be so hard on yourself when you're trying to do your nails and it's just not working. Take a break. Go breathe, go walk, go move, go play with the pets, play with the kids, watch a show for 5 minutes, sit and meditate, drink something, take your beverage of choice, and my recommendation, at some point, have a glass of water and, find your spiritual religious moment for 5 seconds, and just commune with that before you start doing your nails, and put yourself in a place of disconnect from all the other things that are going on. I didn't do that this morning. Yeah, some of us, you kind of, I had an idea, I got excited, I wanted to jump into it, and there were interruptions and issues yesterday, And so I didn't get to finish what I was doing. And well, that's okay. You know, life happens. Needed to take care of Hubster and other things. And so it was just, okay, we'll put it off until tomorrow morning. And I get up all, refreshed and ready to go and do my thing. And I'm jumping into it. And I'm not doing my routine as I need to be doing. And, a little TMI. There's an episode of The Big Bang Theory where Amy Farrah Fowler is newly friends with Penny and Bernadette, and they go over for a girls' night. And if you haven't seen the show, I won't do the spoilers. If you have seen the show, you know. And Amy's telling a story about and using words and other things for various. It was a risky story, kind of, not PG-13. It was above PG-13. Anyway, she used the term netherea. I'm going to make a suggestion that I know TMI, but you don't think about it until you think about it. If you're doing your nails and you need to take a break to go take care of your netherea and use the ladies' room, wash your hands if you can, for the most part. Wash your hands before you do your lady business, because you don't want to have all this stuff touching your lady business. And I know, TMI, a little ick factor, but I'm just saying, be careful when you're doing your nails, because you never know. And somebody might not necessarily think about this, so I'm sharing that. And, please don't be mad at me. I just thought, hey, y'all, you might forget. Take care of those lady parts. And yeah, you have to wash your hands twice. Oh well, you're washable. That's a good thing. Anyway, as far as trying to do the steps that you're trying to do, you have options. And the thing is, if you're using the She Modern polish, the stamping polish, you have time, because that polish, the air dry and the gel, they're formulated to be, very slow paced, very easy peasy. You don't have to get all wound and intense. Now, the Maniology products, different company, different formulation, different purposes. You can compare them, how they work against each other in the abstract, but they're completely different products. You can't it's, yeah, you're kind of talking about the different types of apples, but they have different flavors, different consistencies. They work differently. And Maniologies are meant to be more of a fast-paced. You stamp and you go. You wet polish, scraper, stamper, off you go, quick, and there you have it. But if you have not got the timing of it, like driving a stick shift, that's okay too, because you can take your time. Even as a newbie, especially as a newbie, the sticky polish, and I know She Modern has some as well. I have not explored those yet. I will be soon at some point, but that affords you, and there's a lot of tips and tricks in, get the scraping down, don't be afraid to explore, and don't feel like you're wasting your polish. And if there's one that you have that you got, maybe you're part of the subscription and you got a polish you didn't like, use that color to practice, because you're not wasting it. You don't like the color, you won't be wearing it, use that. Find one that you can get on a discount that you don't mind if it's, whatever the case, and just sit with a plate. And I would recommend something that you might have issues with, like a French tip, the plain, the original French tip. I forget the number of it, but either that one, or they have a newer one, which is the M403, or a design that you think you might have difficulties with. There's the color block one. It's not a French tip, but it's for your complete nails, and they're big enough you could even do them on your toes. You could make the decals, or if you want to have a stamper set that's just for your toes, if that bothers you, or whatever, however you want to figure that out. If it doesn't bother you, then hey, there you go. But get those and just sit and practice and play with the technique, because how you hold the scraper to take the polish off, the pressure that you use, the angles that you use, the direction that you're going does have an impact on how well your stamper will pick up. If your stamper is new, I recently, out of one of the kits or something, I got you'll see the video in a little bit, but out of one of the sets came a newer set that I don't want to use the outer. It's too pretty. I'm going to save it. I just pulled out the inner middle parts, and I put this on the paper, and after 12 hours, I'm not sure if you can see that, if the camera's picking it up, but there is an outline of the oils. And after 12 hours, I flipped it to the top side. So the only part that's doing is that rounded part. And now I flipped it back. So basically this was 12 hours. This was probably about another 12 or 24 hours. I kind of forgot. But you can see that the oils are coming out, and that may or may not, depending on your area, because your atmosphere around you, humidity, or the lack of humidity, can alter how your ingredients work, how well the polish goes, how well the stamper works. If it's the temperature, if it's too hot or too cold, or whatever the case, if you have fans going, all of that stuff plays a part. So it's just a matter of scoping out your area and figuring out what works for you. And then just practice. Just sit there. And one of the videos I saw basically just said, just take the stamper and just sit there while you're watching TV and just play with the stamper, with the motions of going with the fingers of how you're going to do it. Do the roll, do the, because the plop down, Hulk smash, you don't really have to work. But if you want to get that like spinning quarters, how people do that, I'm not talented enough. But just kind of sit there and get the muscle memory of being able to do it with both hands. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, I can do it with my dominant hand on my non-dominant hand and it looks great. But it's the other way around. So practice with your non-dominant hand and just kind of get that to where it feels comfortable for you. Just play with the thing in your hand while you're watching your shows, and, kind of have that. Because as you're watching your shows, your guard is a little bit down, but at the same time, watching shows is a normal activity for your body. And when you're incorporating something, you're anchoring it into something. Watching TV is relaxing. Doing the stamping motion becomes a relaxing thing, and you're not so stressed and freaked out about it. And so play with the stamping part as far as getting the steps down, and then you can have multiple stampers as your budget allows. Get multiple stampers, and then you can do the different steps in the order that you want to do it in. Like I said, with the sticky stamping thing, you can just put that down, wait a few minutes, and then even if your image has dried, you can then apply it. And for a lot of people who are beginners, who are just not getting it down, but you want it to be perfect, hey, nobody's perfect. Like I said, even the tech people have their issues and their moments where some days that don't go well. But if you, in my opinion, and take it for what it's worth, if you have enough that you can do all your nails, do the image on the stampers and do that first, and then go back and put down your layers. So what if they dry? Because you're going to do this in layers, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But do all the stamping with nothing on your hands so that you have them on the stampers, and then go through and do your prep. Clean up your nails, file things down, get everything looking pretty, do your base coat, and again, allow that to completely dry, do the next step, allow that to completely dry, do your base color, allow that to dry, and then you're ready. That what's polishes on your nails or on the tips, however you're doing the process, that polish is freshly kind of new. Even though it's dry, it still has the sticky, grabby kind of ability to it, that then when you use the sticky stamping polish over the top, whichever one or brand that you choose to use, then when you put the image on, you can take your time and make it go. And the thing with doing a French, I will do more videos on how to do the plain ones, because there's a lot of details that will help it make it easier for you to get it to work. And I know a lot of people have trouble with the French plates because of the nature of it. It does what it does, and it is fabulous for that. But if you're not used to using that plate and understanding how the nuances of it go together, of how you can make it work for you, that's going to flub you up. So I will be doing, because I know some people did ask a while ago for me to do more on the how to use those plates. So I will be doing a series on all of them, as well as, the different French design images that they have. So I just wanted to share some tips, because it kind of dawned on me that I took a moment and went, what the heck is going on with me today? Well, that's what's going on. And if you're having kind of the same issues, this is, you don't need my permission, but from my perspective, I'm saying, I know you don't need my permission to tell you what you are able to do. You can give yourself that permission. But there are a lot of people out there that never heard these concepts, that they're not aware of that. They feel like somebody else has to let them know it's okay to do it. So I'm letting you know, if you're one of those people, it's okay to do it. It's okay to be easy on yourself. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to do and get these things if they make you happy, within your budget, within your means. Figure out a solution that works for your life. Don't be afraid to explore. We're all explorers. That's just the nature of life. It's supposed to be joyful and happy, not grudge and you're supposed to be happy on earth. Find your bliss. You're allowed to have your bliss. Yes, sometimes you have to do the nitty gritty and dig into the grind work and just get to a point, because you have to save up for money, or you have to wait till you get to a certain point of things. But at some point you have a goal that you're working towards. Well, sometimes you make those sacrifices to get to that goal. I understand. If that's where you're going, do your goals, get to where you need to be, so that then you can be happy. Yes, if you got to make your sacrifices, make the sacrifice. But other than that, if that's not the place, and you're just kind of going through the motions, find something that you can carve out for yourself for just a moment, even if it's a 5-minute bubble bath, or just, sitting and breathing someplace where you can find a little corner or a section of your neighborhood where you can sit and transition from work to home. Just give yourself the 5 minutes every single day. Either get up early and do it in the morning, or do it before you go to bed. But somewhere along the line, you at the moment, you gotta at least give yourself 5 minutes just to kind of go, and this is what I'm grateful for, because that will change your life. And I'm telling you, 1,000%, if you can just count, like counting sheep to go to sleep, count all the things you're grateful for. Write those things down and practice mindfulness as best you can. You don't have to be perfect at it. Nobody's perfect at it. Just practice being better than you were yesterday. And that's the goal. It's not to become a perfectionist, because nobody is. And perfectionism is actually a form of self-sabotage, because you're focusing on something, trying to get something to be exactly the right way that you think it needs to be, and it really doesn't matter. It's holding you stuck in that position. And the idea is, you're not really stuck. You just keep choosing to make the same decision every day, so that's why it feels like you're stuck. So it might be uncomfortable. Make a different decision. Do something slightly out of the ordinary. And after a while, there you go. It won't be stuck anymore. You'll be doing something new. And that's kind of how you get out of that. I feel like I'm in a rut. Make a new choice. Find something new. Eat something different. Try something you've never had before. Okay? And I'm going to say this, the rule for my kids, and my daughter picked the same thing up with her kids, so the grandkids are, you got to try it 3 times. You have to take a minimum of 3 bites, because the first bite is kind of like, it's new. Do I like this? I don't know. It's testing all those sensory things and texture things and how does it feel in your mouth. And then the second time is to kind of go, all right, we're doing this repeat, kind of acclimate the thing. And the third is, do I really like this? I don't know. So we'll try this. We'll just keep trying this again. And that's the thing. Like with babies, you feed them a new food. You just got to keep feeding them. They might not like the peas or the spinach or the carrots, but you keep shoving them in them. And at some point in time, they get to be 10 years old and they go, I really don't like the peas. Well, okay, now you know. But then again, I always ground things up and hid them in the spaghetti sauce. Oh. Creativity, Mom. Creativity is where you let your hair down and you allow it to happen and you see things through new goggles. Okay, so I've gone on a lot on about this, I think, long enough. I think you get the idea of this. Again, some of you already know this stuff, but others of you probably needed to hear it. And you know, I hold love and affection to all the people that watch my videos, whether I know you or not. I care about you, and dare I say, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you as a person and a being. And you deserve to hear that. And I know for me, I didn't hear that growing up my entire life. Nobody ever really said I love you. The people that did say it, that were supposed to, that professed in front of family and God, didn't actually, and didn't mean it. So yeah, took a while till I got to the place where I found others who do mean it. And sometimes if you don't have those people around you who are saying it, you need to hear it. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. I'm glad that you're here. And whether you need it or not, I mean it. And everybody needs to hear it. So I think, I'm going to add that. I think I'm going to add every single day to all my followers, I love you. Because otherwise, if nobody's saying it to you, you're never going to hear it. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye.